And then let me move my mat so you can see. Oh, all right. Let me turn the light on. A little better. All right, let's go ahead and start onto our back. Rocking and rolling. Hugging our knees into our chest, rocking from side to side, just to begin to massage out the back. So I think we're just going to do full body flow, hitting all parts, right? Usually we go deep in one, but I think just the whole body needs like a reset or a tune-up as we transition from summer to the beginning of school and changing of the seasons. Let's go ahead and take our soles of the feet together, knees apart, and just open in Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly pose. And just allow gravity to open up just what's going on in the hips, and just taking some time to just release, taking and bringing the awareness to your hips, to especially your glutes, because a lot of times we're subconsciously clenching our glutes when we actually don't need to. And if you take the time, like in the middle of the day, when you're standing in the kitchen, making your lunch or brushing your teeth, just kind of take the awareness to what your glutes are doing and what your glutes and your hips. Really, I feel it are in the glutes. And like, is there any subconscious contraction? Like, are you unnecessarily contracting muscles that you don't really need to? That's true also as we think about like the jaw and the neck. Like a lot of times when we're even in yoga, we're trying to do something. The first thing that we do is we strain our chin forward or our neck. And that's actually, it doesn't, like when we're trying to do a movement or a pose, like that action doesn't have anything to do with, or isn't going to help us get to where we are, right? Like a core activity, like something that we're working on the core. We tend to strain our chin forward. We don't really even need to do that. It's just kind of a habit, a mind habit that we want to bring some awareness to so that we can unlearn that habit. So as gravity is helping you open your hips, you'll notice that if you try to press your hips or press your knees down even wider, first thing that happens is your glutes want to fire, right? So can we open up the inner thighs, but without our glutes firing? That's kind of the first thing that we try to do. Taking your, bringing your feet off the ground and circling out the knees in opposite directions. And see if you can go big and slow to kind of just lubricate the ball and socket joint of the hips. And we're going to change directions. And maybe there's a little clicking. I always feel a little clicking going this direction. Like it goes bump, bump. I can feel it just snaps. It's like a ligament that snaps over some rough part in the bone. And what was really interesting in my yoga training, right? We always think like, oh, well, the skeleton's the same for everyone. But what was really interesting was that when they took bones, like femur bones or whatever bone lined up over like, I don't know, with 5 different, skeletons, that actually the length and the shape and the angle of the bones were actually really different. It really varied from person to person. So if we think about that, and we're trying to do the same thing, like our neighbor or someone else is trying to do a yoga pose and they're able to do it differently. That's because our bones, our fundamental bones and the size of the bones and ratio of the bones, they're different. They're actually really different from person to person. So go ahead and take your feet together, knees apart, take your hands overhead. Inhale big, exhale, crunch, curl the chin to the chest and reach the fingers forward. And begin to draw the feet and the knees towards your shoulders and slowly lift the hips up off the mat. So you're going into a C like in cookie. Inhale, release, take the arms overhead. Big inhale, exhale, curl the chin to the chest, press the low back into the mat, reach the fingertips through the window, bring your knees closer to the outside of your shoulders, and can you lift your hips up? Can you curl the hips up off the mat? Inhale. Exhale, curl, 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 curl. And lift the hips up off the mat, bring the knees to the outside of the shoulders, and release. Go ahead and take your block. And we're going to do knee taps with the hips onto the block. So you're going to take the block here and place it underneath your tailbone. And we're going to take knees to tabletop. So this adds just a little bit of elevation. So when we do our toe taps, it just makes it just a little bit harder. So our knees are 90 degrees. We're going to maintain them at 90 degrees. If this feels too easy, you're not doing it right. Press the low back into the mat, engage actually into the block, engage the low belly. So you're ice cream scooping, you're smashing your belly button into your spine. Imagine this top layer of your abs and you're just pulling it down into the mat. And having that engaged, hinge your right hip. So I'm hinging at the hip. The angle underneath the knee doesn't change. It's still at 90 degrees. And you're going to slowly use your core to bring this up. Slowly use your core to bring this up. And that should feel pretty intense. Drop your left toe down slowly and engaging through the core. Tap the toe down. Hover the toe an inch up off the mat. And slowly using your core, bring your leg back up. This should, again, feel really intense. This is using your core and not the leg muscles to bring it. So slowly, 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 bring the right toes down. Tap and bring it back up. And this movement, this was it eccentric or concentric? Eccentric or concentric contraction. I can't remember which was which. And then you tap, and then you bring it back. So you keep doing that, making sure that nice, that your angle underneath is at 90 degrees. And let's make sure that's all good. And then drop to the other side, the right side. Oof. And slowly, slowly, slowly bring it down and bring it back up. And left side. Slowly, 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 slowly tap. And slowly bring it back up. That should feel pretty intense. Okay, put your feet down and remove the block from underneath. Take the knees to tabletop. Oof. Pressing the low back into the mat. And now we're going to push. We're going to push the feet forward, but the feet are not going to change height. So we're not straightening out the legs and the toes going higher. We're not lowering the toes to go lower. The feet are going to maintain their height. As we straighten out both legs to about 80%, it's going to feel like your toes are taking an elevator ride down, but it's not. And you're going to get, if you can get to straight, awesome. But I can tell you, I can only get to 80% because my core is working super hard. Slowly bring the knees back over. Pressing the low back into the mat. And then extend the legs and really scoop. So go slow. This is really not about how far I can touch my toes forward. It's really about the core engagement. And can I stay my low belly engaged as I straighten out my legs going forward and slowly bring them back. Whew. And slowly push the box forward, right? You have to imagine you're pushing a box. You don't want to push the box and go up or down because you want to push the box across the room. And one more time, go nice and slow. Go nice and slow. And slowly bring it back in and release. And release, release. Windshield wiper the knees left and right. So connect the soles of the feet as wide as the mat. Drop the knees over to the left. And over to the right. Ooh. And over to the left. So today we'll do some twisting. We'll do quads. We'll do hamstrings. We'll just do a little bit of everything. There's some days where we just need that kind of like full body. Oh. And go ahead and rock on up into seated. Come into all fours. Tuck the toes and lift the hips. Downward facing dog. And just kind of alternating, bending and straightening the legs just to get some movement and warming up our body. We're going to flow a lot today. And as we're doing our vinyasas or sun salutations, can we bring the attention back to anterior and posterior pelvic tilt? Right, so if we're in downward facing dog, we're in the anterior pelvic tilt. I can definitely feel my body is kind of just tight, doesn't want to really move. So let's get some movement. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Ooh, my hamstrings are really not happy with me. Inhaling all the way back up, floating arms up towards the sky. And close the pose. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Lower down, knees, chest, chin. Inhaling, up dog, or cobra, cobra. Roll the shoulders back and down. Posterior pelvic tilt here. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling all the way back up, floating arms up towards the sky. And close the pose. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back, drop the right knee down. Inhale, forward, up and back. Exhale, goalpost. Inhale, up. Exhale, windmill the hands down, all fours. Knees, chest, chin. Inhaling, roll the shoulders back and down. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling all the way back up, floating arms up towards the sky. And close the pose. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left foot back, drop the left knee down. Inhale, forward, up and back. Exhale, go post arms. Inhale up. Exhale, windmill the hands down, step it back, all fours, knees, chest, chin. Roll the shoulders back and down. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Look up, back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling all the way back up, floating arms up towards the sky, and close the pose. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the right foot back, drop the right knee down. Inhale, forward, up and back. Interlace the fingers, lift up, toss back, lift the left heel. Toss the arms back behind you, send the right hip forward. Posterior pelvic tilt. Neutralize through the spine. Lower the hands down. Have Hanumanasana. Shift the hips back, straighten out the left leg. Flexing through the left toes. Anterior pelvic tilt. Low lunge, step it back, high plank. Lower down, inhaling up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back. Downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Take a wide runner's lunge. So scoot your right foot out wide or take the hands out wide. Press the shin bone against the right tricep. So really rock forward and back. Take the hands out wide and the right shin bone is pressing into my right tricep. Lift the hips and come up to straightening out both legs to a pyramid pose. So we're going to alternate between pyramid pose and runner's lunge. In pyramid pose, pull the right hip back, anterior pelvic tilt. Look up. Bend the right knee, take the arms out wide. Rock back and forth into this runner's lunge, pressing the shin bone against the back of the tricep. Lift the hips up, pyramid pose. Oh, Wag the tailbone towards the left, pull the right hip back. Runner's lunge. Rock it forward and back. Pop the back foot to the top of the mat. Inhaling, come on up. Tricep stretch on the right side. So bend the right elbow. And you're going to stretch over to the left. Just kind of find space. You find the space and stretch over to the left. Oh, everything is tight. Like everything just, oh, let's go like, I think I did 20 minutes of yoga this week. I joined like a third of a class. Oh. And neutralize through the spine. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Ooh, just feel the difference, the length in your right side compared to the left. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands. Left foot back. Drop the back knee down. Low lunge. Inhale. Interlace the fingers. Forward, back, forward, 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 up and back. Lift up. Lift the right heel. Keep tossing the arms behind you. Pull the rib cage so that it's forward. So square your ribs so that the right hip is pulling back, the left hip is pressing forward. So lift the right heel. Posterior pelvic tilt will help you go back further. Lower the heel, shift the hips back. Half Hanumanasana. So flexing through the right toes, pull the right hip back. Really find an opening. This is really to your outside of your right hip. Ooh. Come back into a low lunge. Plant the hands, step it back. Chaturanga. Lower down. Inhaling up dog. Posterior pelvic tilt. Down dog. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky. Swing away, forward runner's lunge. Take the hands out wide. Press the shin bone. Press the shin bone forward. And lift the hips, pyramid pose. Pull that left hip back. And runner's lunge. Take the hands out wide. Press the shin bones to the tricep. Lift the hips. Pull the left hip back. Shift the weight forward, forward, forward. And then press the hips back. And rock forward and back. Pop the back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Slowly come, well, just take a moment to feel like how the left side feels to the right. If you're getting a little bit more length. Now the left side may be matching a little bit better to the right side. Inhale, coming up. Tricep stretch. Tricep stretch. And side bend over to the right, tricep stretch on the left. Oh, really kind of rotate your rib cage up towards the sky. And release, release, release. And come back to the center. Inhale. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale, anterior pelvic tilt halfway up. And see if you can lift that tailbone just a little bit higher. Forward fold. Plant the hands down, step it back, high plank. Lowering down. Inhaling up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Come on up, crescent lunge. Inhale. Interlace the fingers, lift up, toss back, lift the right heel. Really sink your hips down. Swing the right hand behind to find the outside of your left thigh. And twist over to the right. For 3, keep reaching 2, and 1, drop the heel down. Pop the left foot in closer, take it wider for revolved triangle. So we're gonna go left hand down, you find block. Left hand down. Right arm goes up towards the sky. Left arm down, right arm goes up towards the sky, just twist. We're getting that outer right hip. Lower the right hand down, pyramid pose. So drop the left heel. Maybe you need 2 blocks or not. Or pyramid pose, pull the right hip back. Anterior pelvic tilt, really reach that sternum, collarbone forward, forward, forward. Shift the weight forward, we're gonna come into warrior 3. Take the block with you, reach the block forward, warrior 3. So you're feeling that hamstring, the energy through your left heel. You're gonna lower the block down, so your hands are on the block, and you're gonna take your left leg to 9 o'clock. So it's coming out to the side like this. So I'll show you this way, right? So I'm in warrior 3 on this side. I'm gonna bring my left leg to the side. So we're working on outer hip string and hamstring. And then swing it back to behind you for warrior 3, like so. And then drop the hands down to standing split. Standing split. And then bend the left knee, tuck the left knee behind the right ankle, have a seat for Matsyendrasana, Lord of the Fishes. So you're gonna lean way back on your left butt cheek, inhale, right, left hand, take the twist to the right. Oh, oof. It is stuck, that is for sure. Oh, I can't wait to go back to doing yoga every day. Oh, my body just doesn't feel good. It really just doesn't feel good. It feels congested. You know, that's what my body feels. My body just feels congested, like it's not flowing, the chi's not flowing. Inhale back to center. Crawl on forward. Back into that standing split. Drop the left foot down. We're going to come back into pyramid. So both legs are straight. The right hip is pulling back. Inhale, come on up. We're going to flip the palms so they face out. Cross left in front of right. Lift up and toss back. And so this would be a posterior pelvic tilt to protect your low back. Release. Come forward. Pop the left foot in closer like you're about to start a race. Hook the right arm behind your right knee crease. Right hand finds the top of the left thigh. Left arm hugs the right elbow or tricep, and you're going to try to straighten out both legs. You won't get to both legs straight, but you're going to feel it in the right hamstring as you try to straighten it out. And release. Plant the hands down, step it back, high plank, lower down, inhaling up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. Notice if there's any difference in your right hip versus your left hip. Maybe your right hip has a little bit more mobility, a little bit more space, a little bit more lubrication in your body. And I have no idea how we started. Oh, we start. Oh, that's right. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Come on up, crescent lunge. Interlace the fingers, lift up, toss back, lift the left heel. Really open those hips as you sink your hips down. Press into the big left toe. Toss the arms back behind you. Lower the heel. We're going to come into pyramid pose. Pop the, no wait, revolve triangle. Take the block in the right hand. Revolve triangle. Right hand down, left arm twist. Left arm twist up towards the sky if you need to take a wider stance and take a wider stance. Oh, I know what we forgot to do. Find length in your rib cage. And then right now. Lower the left hand down for pyramid pose. Pyramid pose, pull the left hip back. Left leg straight, both legs super straight, pulling the left hip back. Bend the left knee, find your block, come into warrior three. Warrior three, reaching the left arms, or reaching the arms forward into warrior three. Left leg is super straight. Left leg is super straight. Lower the block down. Lower the block down, and you're going to kick the right foot to 3 o'clock. You're going to try to lift the right leg as high as you can. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Send it back to warrior three. And then standing split. Lower the hands down for standing split. Bend the right knee. Come place the right knee behind your left ankle. Come and have a seat for a twist. Inhale. Right arm up. Twist it over to the left. Oh, pop, pop. Pop, pop in my back. Oh, I hadn't seen my chiropractor in 6 weeks. And I was like all out of alignment and all out of sorts. Oh. Oof. You know, sometimes a lot of the hip and low back pain is because of like something in the feet that is not like quite aligned, right? Like sometimes my there's something with my feet, but that actually causes imbalance in the hips. And that's why sometimes we feel the pain in the hips when there's actually misalignment in the feet, which totally makes sense because your feet are is what is your foundation. Inhale, come on. Back to neutralizing your spine, coming forward. Coming into, back into standing split. Lower the right leg down, coming back into pyramid pose. Anterior pelvic tilt with the halfway up. Inhale, come on up. Inhale, arms, flip the palms to the outside, right in front of left. Inhale, toss the arms back behind you. Posterior pelvic tilt for the back bend. Inhale, neutralize through the spine, bend both knees. Like you're going to start a race. Hook the left arm behind your left knee crease. Left hand finds the top of the right thigh. Hug your right hand to the outside of the left tricep. Straighten out both legs. You won't get to straight, but you're going to find your hamstring on your left side. And release, come into a crescent lunge. Inhale, arms up ahead. Swing the left arm behind, find the outside of the right thigh. Bend the left knee. Strong back leg. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Windmill the hands down, step it back, high plank. Lower down, inhaling up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back. Downward facing dog. Anterior pelvic tilt. Feel if you have a little bit more space in your low back and in your hips. They should feel pretty good. They should feel pretty good and opening. Lower the knees down and sit it back to child's pose. Inhale, coming up onto all fours, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge, back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Anterior pelvic tilt, coming all the way back up. Tricep stretch, double tricep stretch, so bend both elbows. Press the back of the head into the hands, lift up and toss back. So back bend and press your elbows behind you, opening up the chest. Inhale, neutralize to the spine and close the pose. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhaling, oh, here you get a little deeper in your hamstrings. That feels pretty good, huh? Inhaling halfway up, exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high plank. Lower down, inhaling up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back. Downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky, swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Drop the back heel down, come on up, warrior two. Warrior two. Flip the right palm, reverse warrior. Oh, the psoas on my right side is super tight, right? We're not focusing on today, and boy, do I feel it. Oh, I totally feel it. Straighten out both legs. So you're reverse triangle. Oh, that's tight. I definitely feel it all in the hip flexor, not having any kind of mobility or movement stretching this week. Triangle pose. Triangle pose. Oh. Take the half bind in your triangle pose, open up through the shoulders. Bend your right knee for side angle. Reach your right arm forward like you're trying to lift a ball. And take the left arm like you're trying to pick up a big yoga ball and you're trying to twist it open. Twist it open. Yeah. Shift the weight forward to a half moon. You can have your right hand onto a block or not. Left hand finds the left ankle for Chapasana. Kick the foot into the hand. Open up. Lift the knee higher. And release. Place the hands on the block. Kick your left leg to 9 o'clock to the side. And hold. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Kick it back. Bend the right knee into a runner's lunge. Take the hands out wide. Take the hands out wide. Drop the knee down. Press the hips back. Half Hanumanasana. Pull the right hip back. Runner's lunge forward. Take the hands out wide. Rock it back and forth. Get more movement. Come down and take lizard pose. Drop, come to the outside edge of the right foot. Open up through the right hip. Drop the right knee out to the side. Come on up. King pigeon. Left hand down. Right arm finds the top of the left foot. Open. And release. Step it back, high plank. Take your vinyasa, inhaling, up dog. Press it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Inhale, come on up. Warrior two. Warrior two. Really stand firmly into the feet. So we're trying to externally rotate our left leg. External rotation of that left leg. You'll feel with the external rotation of the left leg, then I can actually press my left knee out to the left. If I put my left hand onto the outside of the left knee and try to press it, it's a little bit harder. If I think external rotation, I can actually find the muscles that I can use to get that. Internal rotation for the right leg. And keeping the rib cage square. Reverse warrior. Keep externally rotating your left leg. Keep externally rotating your left leg. Yes. Now straighten out both legs. Keep externally rotating your left leg. That's going to feel different. Oh, so tight. I know we're working on next week. Oof, so very tight. Triangle pose. Keep externally rotating that left leg and see how it feels different. Your triangle pose feels different when you are externally rotating your left leg. It feels way different. Bend the left knee. Take the half bind for a side angle. Keep externally rotating that left leg and see how that space changes within your body. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Half moon. Half moon, and keep externally rotating that left leg. What happens? Your hips can open to the side more. External rotation of that left leg. And here it's external rotation of both legs. Take the right hand down, and we're going to side kick our right leg to 3 o'clock and lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and swing it back. Lower the leg down, come into a runner's lunge, taking the hands out wide. Rock back and forth. Lift the hips, straighten out both legs. We're in pyramid pose. Oh, I know what we forgot to do. Shavasana, that's what we forgot. Shift the weight forward, half moon. Right hand finds the right ankle. Release, lower the right leg down, come down for lizard. Come down for lizard. Drop the knee down, come down onto your forearms. Drop onto the outside edge of the left foot. Rock it open, come up to king pigeon. Right hand down. Left hand finds the right foot and twist. Open. Windmill the hands down, set the hips back, straighten out the left leg for half Hanumanasana. And plant the hands down, step it back, high plank. Take your vinyasa. Inhaling up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back. Downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky, swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling all the way back up, floating arms up towards the sky. And close the pose. Inhale. Exhale, chair pose. Chair pose. Tuck the tailbone, lift the hips. Take the hands to center. We're going to twist over to the right. Twisting over to the right. Oof. For 3, 2, and 1. Take the gaze down to your toes. Lift the left foot. Squeeze. Shoot the left leg back. Lower the left leg down. We're going to crescent lunge twist. Crescent lunge twist. Open. Inhale, coming up. Reaching the arms, right arm back, left arm forward. Left arm reaches up, right arm finds the outside of the thigh. So we've been here before. Can we get deeper? Windmill the left hand down. Step it back to a side plank. Step it back to a side plank. Maybe you collapse your right foot. Release, step it back to waterfall. So roll your rib cage so it faces up towards the sky. Flip your dog, one-legged down dog. Right foot in between the hands, transverse lunge. Ooh, ow. Okay, so right, bend the right knee. Left leg straight. Lift up. Both hips wide-legged forward fold. Wide-legged forward fold, toes in, heels out. Use your core to compress and compress into a sandwich. So you're bringing your rib cage closer to your thighs, anterior pelvic tilt. Walk the hands over to the left side. Bend the left knee, straighten and twist towards the left. Oh wait, it goes the other way, sorry. Bend the right knee, I think. Yeah, bend the right knee. It's like something's wrong here. Bend the right knee. Hold on to the left, straighten and twist deeper. Bend the right knee. Hang on to the left thigh, calf. Twist deeper. Bend. And then straighten. And release. Release, release, and come back to center. Walk the right hand forward and the left hand between your legs and twist, twist, twist. So take the left hand, find the top of your right thigh, and the right hand walks over to the left foot and you're twisting underneath your arm. So left hand finds the right thigh. Right hand finds the top of the left foot. And twist. And release. Release, release. And then flip around so you can see. And slowly coming up. Wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, take the So you can take a block. Take the block overhead. Hinging at the hips, anterior pelvic tilt. Don't let your arms go past your ears. Squeeze the inner thighs. Using your back. So you're gonna feel your back muscles, your trap muscles, your serratus working to keep your arms above your ears. And release. Fold deeper. Fold deeper in your wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, come on up. Shift the weight over to the left. You're gonna kick your right leg out, cross, we're gonna do eagle pose. So lift, up, and over, right leg over left, hook, double hook. Right arm goes under for eagle. Inhale, lift, side kick out. Bring the elbow to the knees, side kick out, elbow to the knees, side kick out, land, wide-legged forward fold, lift the elbows up. Squeeze the inner thighs, flap the bird. Inhale. Bend the right knee, back into transverse lunge. Frame your left foot. Reach your right arm to the left pinky toe. And lift the hips up, windmill the hands back to the right side, step it back, high plank, lower down. Inhaling up dog, exhale, tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. Notice any difference between the right side and the left side. Right side should feel a little bit more open compared to the left, but way better on both sides in the starter class. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky. How did we get into this? Oh, yeah, I know. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge, back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Come on up. We started this with chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, chair pose. Breathing here for 3, 2, sink it a little bit lower, and 1, twist over to the left. Left side twist. Pry open the arms, chair twist for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the gaze down, pop the right foot off, send it back into a revolved crescent lunge. Oof. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come on up. Right hand forward, left hand back. Find the outside of the right thigh. Reach the right arm up. So right arm up, left arm finds the outside of the right thigh. Yeah. For 3, bend the left knee, 2, 1, windmill the hands down for side plank. For side plank. Optional, you can find your left toe and lift. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step it back into waterfall. Lift the hips up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One-legged down dog, left foot in between the hands for a transverse lunge. Flip around. So you can see transverse lunge. Straighten out both legs. Wide-legged forward fold, compress like a little sandwich. Walk the hands over to the right side. Bend the left knee, hang on to the right calf. Exhale, straighten out both legs and twist. Bend the left knee. Straighten out both legs and twist deeper. Bend the left knee. Straighten out both legs and twist deeper. Take the left hand forward, the right hand in between your legs, and let's see, and twist, twist, twist. So you can take your right hand onto your left thigh, crawl your left hand towards your right foot, and twist underneath. Transverse lunge, back on the left side, frame the right leg, flexing through the right toes. Oh. Coming back into a wide-legged forward fold, find your block, come on up, take that block overhead, hinge halfway, anterior pelvic tilt, lift the block above your ears, use your upper back muscles. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fold deeper, wide-legged forward fold. Anterior pelvic tilt gets you more compressed. And then walk the hands over to the left side, runner's lunge. Step it back, high plank. Lower down, inhaling up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back. Downward facing dog. Lower the knees down and sit it back, child's pose. Slowly come on up, back into all fours, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge, back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Oh, anterior pelvic tilt here, forward fold. Feel the extra space that you have. Inhaling all the way back up, floating arms up towards the sky. And close the pose. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhaling halfway up, exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high plank, take your vinyasa. Inhaling up dog, exhale, tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky, right foot in between the hands, runner's lunge, drop the back knee down, tuck the right shoulder behind the right knee, walk the hands out into a T. So we're gonna get deep into a runner's lunge and like really opening up that hip. Pop the back knee off the mat if you wish. take the bind if you want. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Kundanyasana, 2 flying splits. So, what was the thing that we worked on? Tuck the right shoulder underneath and take your hands in chaturanga and really just shift the weight forward and really smashing the right inner thigh into your tricep and come forward. Your flying splits should be a little bit more stable and higher up on the tricep, since we've spent a lot of time opening up that muscle. So try 3 times. So really get deep up on the shoulder, up on the tricep before you go. Whew. Okay. And the next thing is try to transition to crow from there, which I have not figured out yet without face planting. Okay, pigeon. So we're just gonna do pigeon, right side down, and we're gonna press into our legs. So we're in pigeon on the right side. We're gonna press into our legs to lift us up for a baby back bend. You can also take your hands and crawl them down your mat to pull you. Come on down, take the pigeon twist. So drop your left shoulder down, take the hands to prayer and twist. It might help to put a block down for you to rest your head and then twist. And then pigeon's taking a nap now. Inhale and come on up. Okay. Let's go to Balasana, Uttanasana. All right, I need both two bricks, I don't know, what are these bricks? Blocks, 2 blocks. 2 blocks. We will do, which way? I think seated. Crisscrossed. Roll your shoulders back and down. You can take this in lotus. If you have lotus, you can take this in lotus. You can take this in half lotus. Roll your shoulders back and down. And we're gonna lift. This isn't so bad. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can take your legs straight out front. Roll your shoulders back and down. And lift. If you bring them in, it's going to be easier, right? Remember physics, like the weight and the lever, right? Distance times weight, something to do with force. So if you have your legs out longer, it's going to be harder than if you have them all compacted, obviously, in a lotus or a crisscross. So that's a lot of serratus, low trap, right? Because if we're here, we can't access those muscles. So we have to be anti-shrug muscles down, really engaged, lifting, So try that 3 times. And then we'll combine the two for elephant. I don't know what the Sanskrit for elephant is. We went through it this week, but I forgot what it is. I'll have to look it up after class. Okay, so now that you've done that, we're going to add the 2 to elephant. So we take a right leg over our tricep, right? This is kind of like the same thing that we did, but you know, turn 90 degrees. So this comes way up. Place your hands down by your sit bones. Oh, come on. Come on, leg. All right. Oop. And then you lift the left leg into elephant. And then you transition to Asana Cross, which actually isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But then how to get to crow from there? I don't know. Haven't figured that part out yet. So first step is elephant, getting that straight leg. So this is the ear and this is the trunk, I think. Kind of looks like an elephant, right? So ear first, ear up here. So you really don't use the arm strength. You want to use your leg strength and your obliques and center and to squeeze this and then lift the bottom leg. So that's step 1. And then step 2 is you just flip it 90 degrees for Asana Cross. You're just pivoting on your tricep. So it's a balance pose and less of a strength. I mean, obviously some strength, but it's more of a balance pose. So try that, elephant to 8 limb pose, or just elephant or baby elephant. Some people, I actually find it harder if you put your straight leg onto the block. I find it doesn't help me find the muscles that I need to, because if my leg is on the block, 1, I don't need to use those muscles, and 2, to even use those muscles, it's even harder because my leg is elevated. I find it easier if it just wasn't on the block. And that if you can't get your leg off, then go to Lolasana or Tolasana. I don't know which one is the one where the legs are straight, but like when we're just pushing on the blocks and we're lifting our legs straight. So that will be a good progression to get to elephant and eventually elephant to Asana Cross. Okay, you guys look like you're done on this side. All right, how do we get onto the other side? I don't even remember how we got here. Let's go find ourselves back into down dog. I really don't know. I have no idea how we got here. Where do we start? Oh, no. Tuck the toes, lift the hips down, facing up. Oh, you know what we forgot? We forgot eagle on the left side. I'm like, I know I forgot something. All right. Maybe a pigeon. Okay. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. We have to do eagle on this side, otherwise we're going to be totally lopsided. Inhale, slowly come on up. Slowly come on up. Take the weight over to the right side. Lift the leg, cross it over to the left leg, cross it over onto the right. Double hook. Left leg underneath for eagle. See, this side I can't double cross. Like this, well, yeah, this is not as easy on this side. And then inhale up, exhale, kick, come back in, elbow to knee, exhale, kick, ooh, elbow to knee, cross it over, flap the bird, inhale, step it out, left leg, come down, left shoulder underneath the left, that's right, left shoulder underneath the left knee. Then we're going to take the runner's lunge bind. Okay, pop the back knee off the mat if you wish. Take the runner's lunge bind if you wish. Get those hips open for 3, 2, and 1. Kundanyasana 2, way up high on your tricep. Oh. 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 Yeah, like somehow people go from Kundanyasana 2 and they compact themselves and the hips like elevate and they plop their knees on their triceps for crow. I don't know. I haven't figured that part out yet. I'm like, I do not know what you're talking about. Okay, Kundinyasana 2, try 3 times. And then we'll go to some form of, is it Lolasana? I think it's Lolasana. Maybe it's Lolasana. I always get Tolasana and Lolasana confused. One is with the legs straight. One, no, I don't remember. Anyway. So now we're going to go to another opportunity to try our Tolasana. Lolasana, I know is, I think this is a kneeling, right? So this is Lolasana, I think, maybe, right? And then Tolasana, I think, is the crisscross one. I don't know, I don't remember. So we can start here, and then you can add on difficulty by extending one leg or extending both legs or partially extending. But yeah, it's hot today. Good Lord, it's already 72. What's the word? It's so, ooh, it is hot today, and it is smoky. The air is smoky. Blah. It is 90. So hot. Okay. Some kind of elevation. And remember, if your shoulders are by your ears, that means you can't use the muscles that you really need to, and or your blocks are too high. So over time, you can take your block height down a bit. Okay. Elephant time. There's a children's book about an elephant and a pig. I can't remember what their names are now. But anyway, elephant, ear, leg. Ear, leg. Oh, I know what we forgot to do. We forgot to do pigeon. Let's do pigeon. Oh, I forgot something. Okay, pigeon on the left side. Scoot the right leg back. Inhale, lift. Press down into your legs to elevate yourself up. Crawl the fingertips behind towards the mat and pull. Oh. And release. Now we can do elephant. Now we can do elephant. Now we can go. Ooh. Hopefully your body's warm. My body's warm. I'm sweating. Hopefully your body's warm and it's feeling more mobile. Ugh. Okay. Extend the right leg. Get your elephant ear up on the tricep. Get that oblique working. Oop. This side's either more fatigued, which is true, and the side is harder, or both, or some combination. It's hot. I'm definitely doing warm yoga in here. So try. 2 more times. Oh, all right. Okay. Your hips should be feeling pretty good. Hanumanasana. So your hips are pretty open. We did a little bit of quads. Where's mine? I cleaned. So I don't have the slidey thing anymore. I don't know where my sock is. So take Hanumanasana on the right side and just kind of rock forward and back until you get to where you need to be. Oof. Let me take a pillow. I like slidey things. Things that slide here. Make it a little bit easier. So take Hanumanasana wherever you need to be. It doesn't have to be like, it's been a good month since I've really had an inconsistent kind of workout. So I don't want to overdo it because I'm going to pull something. I already feel it. I'm going to pull something and then I'll be out for like, can't really do much. So you want to be careful if you haven't done much to not push it. This pillow thing's really working really well. Just like trying to ease back into without overdoing it. And then switch sides when you're ready. And then of course I should be rolling, which I always think about, but I never quite remember to do. But at least step one, I got the rolling balls in the office now. So every time I think about it, I was like, oh, somewhere in the house. I don't know where it is. But now I have my foam roller, which I don't ever use. And then I have my yoga balls, which I do use when I find them. So now I have a set in the office, so I have no excuse. I can be sitting in a meeting and rolling. All right. And when you're done with your Hanumanasana, use crow as your litmus. So just don't think about it. Don't think about it. Just do normal vanilla crow, nothing special. Just do it. Your hips are so open. Your body is moving well. Looks so good. Uday, you look so aligned, right? I think you feel balanced, but like your hips are right over your wrists. Like so straight, right? You feel a difference, right? Because it feels like effortless. Yeah, awesome. Okay. All right, let's take it back down. Double pigeon onto the mat. You can use a block to elevate the top ankle here. Oh, ooh. Hello, little hips. And forward fold. Ooh. Ooh. So next week is going to be psoas and something with the hips. Something like a lot of figure four. Yeah. Like, oh, this is tight. Especially if you do an anterior pelvic tilt here as you fold forward. Whew. That is my piriformis saying, I need to get work done. So let's switch sides. Oh. Oof. Oof. Forward fold, anterior pelvic tilt. Oof. I don't know what muscle that is, but that is. It's on. Whatever it is, it's on. Oh, all right. Take wide legged seated angle pose. Oof. I'm not quite being able to reach my foot today. My restriction is in my QL. I can feel it all through here. Right. So when we do a lot of twists and we stretch that out, it's much easier for me to touch my toes on this side. I definitely feel like I can't today, a little bit, because we did some twists, but not enough to make it super, like a lot easier. Like some days it's like, whoa, I can totally touch my toes. And then some days like this, it's just not. So if we go to the other side, it's just not. A little farther away. And then, when you loosen up one side, the restriction will move to a different place, right? Because then it shows like the other part is like, okay, this part's tight. Now that we've opened up the low back, then it'll show like the different. So like when we do wheel, depending on what we open up, the tightness can be the shoulders or the tightness can be the abdominal wall cavity. I'm not quite done yet, Kiona. Okay, why don't you sit here and be quiet? You wait till I'm done. Okay. Let's go ahead and come onto our back and take Happy Baby. Oh, Happy Baby should feel pretty good. Try to pull the longer, Mom. 3 minutes, honey. And put the knees, press the knees down to the outer rib cage. Hey, Kiona. And release. Throw it. Kiona, stop. Okay, losing movies.
Can I say one?
No, you may not. You're losing your movies.
Okay. That wasn't
Toss the arms overhead. Give yourself a nice good stretch. Lower the arms down by the side. Taking a moment to inhale into the low belly, opening up the shoulders, finding release in the hips, inflating into the low belly, allowing the space that you've created to sink into your cells. Inhaling, rolling over to one side. Slowly pressing yourself up to seated, rooting your sit bones into the earth.
Are you finished?
Inhaling, arms up overhead, clasping palms together, bowing forward. Namaste.
Mom? Okay, Mom, you're done.